Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen and everyone watching. I am your host, the Report of the Week, and it's interesting. Number one, first and foremost, I was originally just going to cover this one point, but now I actually have a second point to cover. I know a lot of you coming to the channel right now might be new, you might be new viewers, new subscribers, and I just wanted to take a moment to just welcome you all to this channel. I hope you enjoy the content, and I hope you've been having a good start to your week. Now secondly, this video was, I had originally wanted to try and change up things with this, right? Where instead of sitting in the car, I'm at a park here. There is some nice pretty views of, some water and some trees and some foliage, and I thought, it'd be pretty cool if you could just set it up and, maybe have a nice little scenic review out in a park, right? Well, I tried and failed. Not miserably, but it just wasn't, it wasn't going to happen. First and foremost, there were some issues with the lighting. It was just, it was just too bright behind me, and that wasn't good for the video. Then this whole, full-blown biker gang showed up, and they were just revving their motorcycles for, a half hour, and and that just drowned everything else out. Then I tried to move locations. I was trying to sit on a rock. I almost fell off of that, so alright, I'm just gonna go back to the usual, and this is where we're at. Now, to really spice things up, what isn't usual? This item from KFC. Why? Because it's a new item, that's why. It's newly released, it wasn't on the menu before, so it's not usual. This is their Smoky Mountain Barbecue chicken. Now, what's so special about it, really, well, if you remember a little bit, well, actually a long while back, they released their Nashville Hot Chicken. Then about a year after that, they released their Georgia Gold Chicken, and now comes the Smoky Mountain Chicken. I believe it's a Smoky Mountain Barbecue Chicken, but I want to make sure my vernacular here is correct. Didn't say, but I think this is what it is anyway. Anyway, what this is, I know the way they described it at least, is it's chicken tenders. You could get it as chicken tenders. That's how they've really been marketing it. But it could also just be full-blown pieces of chicken, or it could be as a sandwich. They're marketed as smoky, sweet, and crunchy. So they described it. A little bit of a smokiness, a little bit of a sweetness, a little bit of a crunchiness. So anyway, the way I got it was in its tender form, it's chicken tenders, because that's just how they've really been advertising it. And this is what we've got. You can see it comes in the little dish there. It's got around three-piece meal, three-piece chicken tender meal. It is very oily. I really don't even want to tilt this so much, but I think you could see all the oil coating the bottom there. It also comes with your complimentary pickles. What you are supposed to do with them, I don't know. I presume one would eat them, but no guarantee on that. And anyway, here's an up-close and personal view of the tender. You could see on one side it looks more like just a dry rub, but on the other you could see all that oily, really oily sauce that's on it. So, I guess these are just supposed to be like a little bit of a sweet, smoky type of barbecue chicken. And we'll be interested in seeing, how this one tastes. So it's their Smoky Mountain Barbecue Chicken Tenders from KFC going in. You might be wondering why I'm kind of leaning over this so much, but this is really oily, and if I could just issue a prediction, if any of this got on one's clothing, I don't think it's going to be coming out. This is my 2 cents. You can see it's very, very oily. You can see the oil on my fingers, and I'm just trying to handle this very carefully as though it were like a radioactive element of some sort. Because I worry. I'm just a little... Well, better safe than sorry, right? The last thing I want is to just go ahead and just start wiping it on my pants or the vest or whatever, and all of a sudden you have a stain that's never coming out. But anyway. We had the issues with the oiliness of the chicken when I was trying out the Georgia Gold chicken and even the Nashville hot chicken. The sauce that they use on this, and this is to be expected because they've already done this twice before, now we're on the third time, the sauce that they use is extremely oil-based. So it's not like it's a really like slow, thick sauce. Rather, it's just a very runny, oily sauce, but as a result, it can really coat the chicken tenders better. It really gets into every nook and cranny of things, but it is really oily-based. It moves around fast, and all you need is to be holding the little tray the wrong way, and all of a sudden it's all pouring all over your lap. Now, as for taste, they market it again as a 3-part type of meal, where it's smoky, it's sweet, and it's supposed to be crunchy too. Now, they were crunchy. The chicken tenders were. They were very much crunchy, as a matter of fact. I don't know if there was a definitive audible crunch to it, but they certainly were crunchy. They were heavily breaded, and overall, just in terms of a standpoint as to how the chicken was, it was actually, they were pretty good tenders. They were probably some of the best I've had from KFC, and in all honesty, I know it's been hit or miss too, but at least the tenders, well, they were extremely tender. They were teeming with they were very juicy chicken. It was really good. And it had that crunchiness too, but it wasn't dried out either, so that was good. The chicken tenders, purely in and of themselves, were good. I enjoyed them. Now, as for the Smoky Mountain barbecue oil, or sauce, I guess you could call it, that they put on it, you know, there was a little bit of a sweetness to it, but I was looking for that smokiness, you know? It's one thing to just have, like, barbecue chicken, and then there's another to have, as they really, really marketed it to be, Smoky Mountain, you know, smoky barbecue sauce. And even before this, I was trying to think to myself, you know, by smoky, what are they really trying to imply here? Is it going to be like a wood smoke? If so, what type? Is it going to be like a charcoal smoke? You know? Because you could, in terms of how some chicken is, you could really taste that when it's smoked like that. Is it going to be like cigarette smoke? I didn't know. You know, is it going to be like burnt plastic, that type of smoke that it would emanate? I didn't know. And I was trying to find the answers. There weren't any. They just said it was going to be smoky. So I was trying to find that flavor. I was searching for it. I was even, you know, I was dipping it in that sauce. I was trying to find it. It was barbecue-y, you know. It was a little sweet. But there was no smokiness to it. And, you know, that's just a little disappointing to me. Just because when they are advertising it to be smoky, that's the first thing that they really say. I was looking forward to that. I was looking forward, even if it was just like a miscellaneous wood type of smokiness, or a charcoal or whatever, I was looking forward to that. And rather, it's more salty than it is smoky by all means. It's just, you know, it's barbecue chicken. I mean, it was prepared nicely. The chicken tastes really good, and, you know, it's definitely got that crunchiness to it. It's got a little bit of sweetness, but it's very salty, but it's not that smoky barbecue flavor that I was kind of hoping for. So that's a little disappointing, you know, you know what they say, right? If you don't succeed at first, try again. And, you know, I know they'll try again. I mean, they did it with the Nashville hot chicken. I remember I wasn't a big fan of that. They did it with the Georgia Gold chicken. That was good. I enjoyed that. And this one is 50-50. It has some good qualities to it, but it's also lacking a little bit, especially with that smokiness. That, again, I think that's a big part to it, and it's really missing that, and that's a little disappointing. Price-wise for this, just 3 tenders cost around $5, which is on the pricier edge. So especially when you're paying a little bit more for it, you're kind of hoping to get that full flavor, get what you wanted as advertised. Don't get me wrong, these aren't bad tenders. I just was hoping for that full flavor like it promised in the advertising, and unfortunately that just wasn't there, I'm afraid. Therefore, out of 10, what am I going to be rating the Smoky Mountain chicken tenders, I guess, from KFC? Well, out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give them a 6.8 out of 10. As I said, It's certainly very strong in some qualities, but it's lacking in others, and that's the reason why it has the rating that it has. Well, it's certainly been a bit of a trial with this video, but we got it done, we got it out there, and you know, it wasn't perfect. As I said, it's got its, you know, it's got its benefits, got its drawbacks, but in the end, it is what it is, and you know, you could check it out if you're interested. I mean, it'll certainly taste okay, but just don't expect that overwhelming smokiness when you get it. Well, that's all that I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and we'll see you soon with another video. Thank you, and take care.